Good morning, church. My name is Steve Jacobson and have been attending Good Shepherd since February 2022. We all have a story to share regarding our walk and growth with God. My story begins in February 2022 during a very broken and dark point in my life. Facing the reality of a divorce, I found myself experiencing shame, loneliness, hurt, and simply struggling with how to take steps forward. The thread of hope I clung to was my family. I wanted to make myself available for growth. Living alone in a new area, I felt lost. The one thing I knew I needed to do was find a church where I could get support and experience growth. The name Good Shepherd was a church I had heard of before, but I had no idea where it was located. Ironically, I discovered that Good Shepherd was 5 blocks from my home. I had a lot of hesitancy to physically step into the church, so my initial worship time was online. It was February 20th, 2022 when I walked into the sanctuary for the very first time. I remember bringing burdens, shame, and a feeling of not knowing what to expect. But I took a step forward. I made myself available for growth. It was during that service that I saw a promo slide for a healing service. Again, not knowing what to expect, I made myself available for growth and went to the healing service on February 23rd. It was at this service that I sat with Richard, broken and in tears, listening to him pray over me. His words left a lasting impact on me. It was also during this time that Pastor Bryan extended an invitation to me to attend his small group. I like to call it a growth group. I made myself available for growth, and in mid-April, I walked into a room where I only recognized one face, Pastor Bryan. I remember sitting down thinking, I must be the only one in this room with a life flipped upside down. What I quickly discovered is that I was in a safe place where I could be myself, be transparent, feel support, and be prayed for. Men like Brian, Steve, Ricky, Zach, Clyde, and Todd, they showed me they cared and it was okay to come with all my burdens and mess. This was and still is my growth group. Saying yes to Brian's invitation is the best decision I made, and it opened the door for additional growth. My personal growth over this past year and a half has resulted from saying yes to the opportunities God puts in front of me. That is what I told myself in February 2022 and will continue to do. I will say yes to God and simply trust. Sharing this testimony with all of you is about me stepping outside of my comfort zone and saying yes. God is at work in this church, and I hope each of you will say yes to being available for growth.